Archaeologists are preparing to dig up where they believe they have found Noah's Ark.
Whoa.
They think they know where Noah's Ark is, and so now they are preparing excavation plans for what is known as the Durapinar Formation. This is in the country of Turkey, located 18 miles south of the summit of Mount Ararat in Turkey, if that means anything to anybody. If anybody has an image of Turkey in their mind and you know where Mount Ararat is, think 18 miles south of that.
Yeah, that'll help everyone right now, Hudson.
There is a 538-foot long boat-shaped geological formation that is located there. That's called the Durapinar Formation. And archaeologists believe, and now have conducted soil samples over the years, that confirm their belief, or at least advances their suspicion that this is Noah's Ark. And so they are now making plans to actually start excavating the area and see what they can find.
That's crazy. Here's the thing, though. I feel like even though if they do find this and it ends up being a boat, people will still be like, it's not Noah's Ark.
There'll be naysayers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They'll be like, it's fake, or it's not old enough, or whatever. I don't know what claims may be made. But, and it may not end up being anything. Who knows, you know? But, I mean, it's close to where we believe Noah's Ark ended up. And so I'm very interested about this. I'll keep tabs on this story to see if this is true.
The science behind it, of why they are like pretty convinced, scientists are pretty convinced that this could be Noah's Ark, is in their soil samples, they found lower pH, more potassium, and a higher volume of organic matter in the soil than was anticipated, which are consistent with rotting wood.
It also says here that the shape itself, the formation, is 538 feet long, which is similar to the measurements that are given in the Bible for Noah's Ark. So they're like, a lot of pieces adding together. Something looks a little familiar here.
I'm also seeing that they have taken like radar scans that where they see right angles and geometric patterns that are consistent with man-made structures, not necessarily natural formations. So maybe we're about to find out about Noah's Ark. I don't know what obviously, even if they started today, right, excavating, that's a long process.
Oh, absolutely. I would imagine.
Will take a very long time before we get any, real results or confirmation or anything like that. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
I did not think that this was, I was not expecting that we were going to get Noah's Ark anytime soon.
I feel like archaeology is just so interesting. I mean, I always say this, humanity has amnesia about our own history. Often, we forget our own history. We're really bad at telling those stories and keeping them alive. Noah's Ark is obviously not one of those, because it is in the Bible, and people have told that story for thousands of years. But archaeology is so cool because it's just like it finds so many things that it's just like we didn't think that actually was real. We didn't think that actually existed, or we forgot about this in our own history. And so if this ever, ends up being Noah's Ark, that'll be just another cool part of archaeology, finding something and, not only proving something that happened in scripture, but also just finding something that a lot of humanity has probably forgotten.
Yeah. I don't think I'd have enough. Like, it is interesting, but I don't think I'd have enough patience to be an archaeologist.
It takes some work. Yeah.
And what do you do? I don't know. Like, how do you fill your time?
I had a professor who was an archaeologist, and he did a lot of stuff in like this area. And it just sounded so cool to me. I wanted to go on a trip so bad to like Egypt or something like it just sounded so fun.
The payoff is great.
Yes.
It's just you have to have a lot of patience and, just trust that eventually it will work out. Yeah. And I don't have that.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.